I'm Steve Snyder. I have a business restoring old stone buildings and working with rocks in general. Um, I live in Point Pleasant, Pennsylvania, and this is my studio here. I carve stone. I collect stone that speaks to me, I guess, and I carve some and show it. About 30 years ago, 35 years this year, I was out of college and decided to follow this. I had done some stonework that I enjoyed working on old buildings. I love the architecture in this area, and I started working with stone. And after I found some tools to shape stone for masonry, I realized that shaping stone was, at that point, you are a sculptor. And I find a stone that looked like a frog, and I'd work at making it look more like a frog, or a bird, or whatever else it might say to me. So I've continued to work in the masonry end of it. I still enjoy the old sculpture or the old architecture, and I've just more and more developed the art side of it too. A friend of ours that we do work for bought a building in bad shape in Springtown, but it still had most of its bones there. The stonework was still intact. Some alterations had been made to it. The roof was gone, and he stripped it down, and we have been slowly rebuilding it. Our part is certainly stonework, but there's a builder, Brad Sullivan, who's handling the wooden parts, and slowly we're putting that back together. It was a house, a storefront. There's an ice house in the back and a barn, and we're trying to understand what was there so we can put it back the way it was. There was some residential aspect to it, but it was a commercial deal. It was right downtown in the small town of Springtown. The barn had been torn down to a certain level, but we were able to figure out from its footprint what it probably looked like. Digging around, we found some foundations to building that we didn't know about previously, and we tried to learn from them, photograph them, document them, and some of them were used, and some of them have been just covered back over. Experience in understanding stone buildings, what went into them, what their likely features were when they've been destroyed. We look for evidence, what was there, and you know, with the right client, we go about restoring it as close as possible to its original. One of the parts of it is using, when we do old buildings, is using the appropriate mortar. That's been something I've been interested in as long as I've been in masonry, and it's something you never stop learning about and trying to get right. And using the natural hydraulic lime has been a big part of making mortar that's better for the buildings that we're working on than Portland cement.